Hey, what's up? Your favorite crappy YouTuber, J4T4MF Command. You know what? I should have grabbed a bottle of water when I came out here. I thought about it, then I forgot about it. But hey, memory, right? So I want to talk about another consideration of why I have chosen, unless otherwise, to not seek treatment for my brain tumor. And I kind of talked about it in the last video, got carried away and lost track, and didn't really get to delve further into the details. But most of my life, I've been alone. You know, I don't have any friends. No matter how much I try to make friends, you know, it's like the people I want to be friends with don't really care to be friends with me, and that's fine. Can't really force it if people don't want to be friends, and there's a lot of people I don't want to be friends with either. But you know, having friends sure makes being alive a whole, if nothing else, more tolerable. But you know, I definitely thought it'd be different being an adult, you know, because then I'd be more able to be out and about and have friends. I could, you know, as a kid, it's like I can drive and get out and about and do things and have friends and spend most of my adult life. Okay, so 2019, I think I only got out and about around friend people, doing friend activity, social things, maybe 6 times total last year. So that kind of sucks. But anyway, why that is, you know, I like a decent amount of socialization, but I like to balance it with my solitude, right? I don't want to too much of an extreme or another, you know. I enjoy music, movies, activities, you know. I want to have somebody to share that with, not just a sexual romantic partner, but friends, right? You know, playing video games, having somebody to play with, that would be fucking awesome. I don't really like to hop on games and play with like a random stranger I don't fucking know. If I'm doing something like, let's say, I'd be recording Gears of War, I'd sure like to have a working partner buddy with me. That would be fucking awesome to talk shit with. And I used to have a friend I used to play WoW with, and that was one of my biggest regrets. Well, at this point I'll say an acquaintance, but you know, we played together and we talked a lot. I haven't spoke to him in months. His whole life has been upended from last I heard. So anyway, you know, it'd be cool. It'd give me more hope. You know, having friends, more something to look forward to, and being alive day to day. You know, I'll go out to movie. I've gotten so used to the point and gotten to the point where I'm so used to people canceling plans at last minute, or even just getting responses of something like, hey, I'll get back to you, or I'll let you know, or, you know. And I definitely learned I can't fucking wait around and hold my breath, otherwise nothing is going to come of that, because people have definitely, even at the last minute, people have flaked out on plans. So at this point I've gotten to like, you know, I go to see movies alone, I go out to eat alone, whatever other activities I do alone, and I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna go do this thing, you want to join me? Nothing. Went out to see movies in 2019 alone. I think I only went out to eat a couple times in 2019. And I did hang out with a friend that came back to town. She moved to Minnesota a couple of years ago and came back to visit, and it was cool to see her for the first time in a while last year. At the same time, you know, I'm so used to being alone. Like, I'm sitting there and I even get depressed just being out and about social and stuff. But anyway, but that happens as well. That's something I noticed even among my previous friend group. It'd be like out of nowhere, I'd get hit with this wave of depression. And I'd be like, around all these people that I know fucking know me. And I felt totally alone, totally isolated. And like even being at concerts around people that are all in the same moment, feeling the fucking music like I'm feeling, I'm alone. And that's another thing. I've invited people to go see concerts with me. I can't go to Chicago anymore. I can't drive, and I have anxiety. I don't really like doing public transportation. used to go to concerts all the time, and I used to actually meet people off Twitter and Facebook. Oh, hey, cool to see you. You know, you repeatedly see each other. I've gotten a couple job leads and social friend things from that, but everything is all dried up, and I don't think I can't remember the last time I talked to anybody. Probably been a year or two since I last actually talked to anybody that I had became acquainted with from that time. But anyway, like last year, what is it? Crucial Conflict, Do or Die, and Twist all played here in Joliet at the Forge, and I invited 20 people. Nobody. I might have gotten responses. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go. I'll let you know. Nothing. One thing I do regret before this whole COVID-19 shit hit, which I did want to talk about that as well, but right before, like a couple weeks before, I think this was like March or February, Bone Thugs and Harmony came to town. Now, I've seen Bone Thugs and Harmony quite a few times in the past 20 years, 15, 20 years. And these shows are either fucking awesome or they're just like dry as fuck. My favorite show, though, was they came through Congress Theater in Chicago with a whole ass live band. They were missing like Crazy Bone, I think, and Wish. But they still threw a decent show. But it's awesome to see fucking hip-hop bands and groups and rappers and whatever come through with live bands. That is fucking awesome to see. But, I asked like 15, 20 people, got the same responses. I don't know. I'll let you know. No, I'm not going. Or I got ignored too. And one dude that does ignore me, I see a Snapchat. Oh, he went. I'd have been more likely to go if I would have known he was there, but I get the impression he doesn't much care for me. So, hey, I tried, right? So, but one of the first times I considered not seeking treatment, right? That's actually one I want to talk about and then lead to the rest of the examples of difficulty making friends over the years. So when I first decided not to seek treatment, where I was like already on the fence about it, okay, so I went to like a work picnic thing. It's awesome to hang around my favorite coworkers. It's just like bullshit. We're not on the clock. We're not under stress and all that shit. Just bullshit, talking, enjoying each other's company. Food is not bad. But one coworker, Coco, I don't know where that came from. One coworker, we chatted here and there at work. We weren't like totally buddy, and we were cool. We had some cool conversations, and I like to invite people to do things. Hey, because I was on leave at the time. I was on leave for like a month or two. And, I hadn't really got out and done anything social with anybody. So I'm like, hey, you want to go grab a bite to eat after work or something one of these days when you get off work? And she's like, sorry, leaving town. Okay. I didn't really understand at that point. But then, I was like, oh, okay, what's the worst that's going to happen? They're just going to tell me no. I'm going to move on. Whatever. I think a day or two later or whatever, I realized it looked like they unfriended me if they didn't block me. And I didn't really try to talk them up after that. Just, take that L and keep it moving, right? But it's like, I'm trying to make friends. And if even that takes the edge off of wanting to die, is having friends. I've been trying to make friends with people, exerted a lot of energy into trying to make friends and nothing. And I tried to make a lot of friends when I was working in Amazon, but the best I had was work friends. And so that friendship rarely extended outside of work. Because what is it? After work, everybody's tired. Everybody just wants to get home, especially if they're living in the city, rush. We got a couple decent places to eat around town too, and I can use that to repay the favor. Hey, let me buy you a meal in return for hooking me up with a ride home. after I noticed that, then it hit me, and I had a really, really dark, depressing weekend after that. But I also feel like, because I was talking about like my manias in a previous video, of these highs and lows, extreme hypermania, whatever, where I was actually really hype as fuck, big energy, really in a good fucking mood, which isn't too often. Like, I might have even been happy, and that's a very rare, fleeting moment. It's like trying to grab smoke. It's so fleeting and brief for me. Or trying to grab water, and that, how that goes. So then I crashed really hard into a deep, dark depression for a few days after that. I don't remember trying to talk to anybody. I might have. I don't remember. But then, when I returned to work a couple weeks later, a month later, whatever, I never saw him again. So that kind of take the edge off of whatever awkwardness there would have been. But definitely after that was when I started to vocalize, hey, you know what, I don't think I'm going to seek treatment. So other coworkers were like, dude, you need to seek treatment. Oh, come on, you need to seek treatment. You're a good dude. You're cool. I don't want you to go out like that, man. And I feel like I could have better, more fitting word than amusing, but I do find it an amusing observation, if you will. Like I said, I feel like I have another better term on the tip of my tongue to describe that feeling, but not one of those people even talk to me anymore. Like, I remember one dude specifically went out of my way, out of his designated work area to the area I was working, made it a point, dude, come on, man, get treatment, get you some treatment. No, man, I don't know. I ain't planning on it. Dude, come on. Like, even a couple other, like, I remember this one woman, like one of my favorite coworkers to work with. She was fucking awesome, and she's like, "Oh, come on, seek a treatment. Come on, you're awesome. I don't want you to die." Not one of those people talk to me anymore. I've been out of work since end of 2018. It's early spring 2020. As far as I know, as far as they know, that they don't even think about it, I could be dead right now, and it doesn't matter whether I'm dead or alive, because I don't exist to them. So what does it matter that I'm dead or alive, right? And I noticed one of the last people that, I can't remember if I shared that observation, amusing observation, or whatever we want to call it, with them. But, they were the one that told this other person, who I said came out of their designated work area, went out of their way to talk to me. But I noticed the other week, it looked like he blocked me on Snapchat like a month or so ago, and I cannot remember at all interacting with him or anything. Just noticed, I tried to, because, among friends I'd regularly chat with about music, especially new releases or whatever, I'd send them to friends, and sometimes it'll initiate conversation or a brief chat or whatever about, hey, new music, it's awesome, and realize it's not going through on Snapchat. I didn't think we had a problem like that. So, I don't want to live longer and just have to experience this deep, dark, hopeless, bottomless abyss of loneliness and depression, right? I'm fucking tired. And especially hearing my grandma, the older you get, the more people that are lost in the age of time. And I don't want to grow to an old age being lonely, and I don't want to depend on like just one or two people for my socialization either, right? Because that can be a heavy weight to for anyone if they are your own. If you are their only one or two friends, right? And I try to do solid by my friends, but I also try to recognize when I am a shitty friend too. and hopefully I don't make too many mistakes in that aspect when I do, but or at least not too many serious mistakes or whatever, because mistakes happen, and just hope I don't do folks I would consider friends too dirty or wrong, right? So that was, what was that? I want to say summer 2018 is when that first occurred, and then I started talking about it among close, familiar coworkers, and some were like, "Okay, dude, I respect your decision. I understand, totally understand. I want you to seek treatment, but it's your life, man." Of course, even those folks, I don't talk to them anymore. So I don't want to grow old and be fucking lonely. I want to have friends and people I can share the joy with, because then it kind of cycles. I found where I enjoy something, I can share what I enjoy with you, and you enjoy it, and we enjoy it together, and then we both enjoy it just a little bit more than if we were enjoying it ourselves, whatever, right? Like I kind of mentioned, even at work, awesome coworkers can make a shitty job just a little bit more tolerable. Like nothing else, fuck Amazon, fuck that job. The work was fucking shit, but if nothing else, a great deal of jobs, most jobs, the people make it. People are fucking cool. People make it fucking tolerable. The people can be just enough that it can motivate just to get out of bed and go to work for the day. But and I feel like I have something else to add to that, and I already forget, but talked about considerations and reasons why I do not want to seek treatment unless otherwise. So if we can figure out a way out of poverty and never have to worry about homelessness again, and I can get that balance of socialization, friendship, social connections, along with being able to savor my solitude and a balance, not too much of one extreme or the other, because I do know when I'm around people way too much, or even individual people, I just start to get fucking irritated with them. Like, I don't want to see it, I don't want to talk to you, fuck off. Right? I don't want to be around people to that point where I get to that point with folks, right? Because then that can lead to a fallout anyway. So anyway, nearing 20 minutes, I'm rambling on. I'm walking circles around this garage here, and there goes reasons, talk about my symptoms. And now I feel like there was something else I wanted to talk about, but maybe I'll come back to it in a later video. And you know what, I'm not sure how soon I'm going to upload these videos. What is it, May 13th? I don't know if I'm going to start uploading them immediately, publishing them immediately, staggering them out once a week, once a month, whatever. We'll see how it goes, right? So like I said, I feel like I have something else to add, and it's on the tip of my tongue, and I already forget what it is, but I'm sure it's not brief, because at this point I could ramble on, and I still might not remember it. So for right now, I'm going to cut out of here. I don't know that enjoyment is the right word, but if you could, hit that like, subscribe, drop comments, share, and support, helpful, appreciated. Every little bit helps out a whole lot. And I want to thank you, my favorite viewers, subscribers, best friends, cuddle buddies, and butt buddies, for joining me, keep me company, spending time with me, checking out my crappy shit. So, forward to y'all joining me again. Until then, see you soon.